Hello everyone, my name is Jocelyn. I use she, they pronouns, and welcome to All We Make is Good. I'm coming to you from my home here in the Blackstone Valley of Massachusetts, where I live with my two cats, Frog and Toad, and my partner David. This episode of the Make Everything podcast is going to focus mostly on the gifts that I am making for my family members this year for Christmas, or, just because. I usually try not to overwhelm myself with gifts in the terms of like knitting and crocheting gifts. But then, the time of year comes around and I get the urge to make things for other people. So the rest of the year I'm only making stuff for myself. So I guess it's only fitting. So I have one project that is not gift related, that is a work in progress from last week, so I'll do like a very quick update on that, and then I'll go right into the gifts that I'm working on. I have two gifts that are already finished that I have already shown before, probably in my last episode. I have one that I'm working on currently, and 4 more that are planned that I need to start as soon as the one that I'm working on is done. So I have gone back to being a fairly monogamous crafter here, so let's start with the one that is for myself, that is not a gift. Well, a gift for myself, I guess. And this is the new Lenna top, what I call the Lenna top. So this is a design by me. I'm kind of very slowly perfecting this design. And then at that point, once I'm like really happy with how it fits and how it wears over time, then I will, start writing it into a pattern. But this is knit on US 5s, 3.75 millimeter needles, and it is knit in Loops and Threads Woolike in the color beige. And when I cast this on, I thought I only had one ball of yarn. And so I got to the underbust, and it was perfect for like a bra if I wanted to wear it that way. But I didn't. So I went back to my stash to look for like a white or something that I could use to do like a thick band of ribbing to make it more of a bralette and more wearable in different senses rather than just as an undergarment. And I found a second ball of beige that I didn't know that I had. So now I can make it a full-size garment, hopefully, full length. So this is held double because Woolike is, on the label, it says it's a light fingering weight. It's got like 700 yards or something. I think it's like 700 yards in a ball of like 150 grams or something. So it is 85% acrylic, 15% nylon. And the Loops and Threads brand is the Michaels brand of yarn, although you can't get it in stores anymore. You can only get it online. So, but anyways, this is the progress. I think last time I showed it was like up here. I had only like just joined in the round. So I did get quite a bit done. So I'm very happy with it so far. I do have a couple of things that I would change for the next time that I knit one of these. And the next one that I want to knit is like a chocolate. I think the color is chocolate. But I want to marl it with the mauve that I have. And the mauve is actually like a wine color. So I think that would look really good, like a dark brown and a wine, and I'll marl it together to make another one of these. So I'm very excited to try that next. But I think I need to give this design a rest for a while in between attempts, because it gets very boring and repetitive for me. I'm not a person that enjoys re-knitting patterns. I get like the most enjoyment out of the first one, and then the next time it's just because I feel like I want or need that garment in my wardrobe, and I have to kind of push myself through the whole thing. So it helps that these are very quick projects. I I don't know how long I've had this on my needles now, but I've kind of put it aside to work on the gifts now. So that one's just kind of sitting there taking its time. So that's the only one that I'm working on for me. And now let's get into all the gifts. So the first two that I'm going to show you are the ones that I have already finished. And I've shown these a couple of times before, so I'm not going to go over them too long. The first one is the fingerless mitts that I knit for my brother. The pattern for this will be coming. I just need to actually like write it in pattern form. Very nice fingerless mitts. They have a flap to cover your hand and make it full mitten, but you still have your thumb out so you can use it like for your cell phone and stuff like that. Although I wore these while I was driving one time. I've been wearing them a lot before I give them to my brother. Before I make a pair for myself in like slightly denser yarn. I have a pair for myself, but it's in like fingering weight, so it's not nearly as dense or warm. And it's in a little bit more rustic wool, so I prefer wearing this one. But anyways, I have a brown picked out somewhere in here that I'm going to use for my second pair for myself. But anyways, I was wearing these while driving the other day, and it was very chilly in the car. And the only thing that was cold was my thumb, and I was like, I need a thumb flap. Which is really funny because that's like what my brother requested. He was like, oh, wouldn't that be super cool though if it had like a thumb flap as well? And I was like, you're asking too much. But then I got to use it and I was like, this could really use a thumb flap. But I will not be going out of my way to add any thumb flaps to these fingerless mitts. So anyways, that is my brother's fingerless mitt. Oh, so I wanted to touch on, I am going to write a pattern for this. Everyone that I know that has tried this on, these gloves in particular, it fits very well for everyone. Like small, large hands, all of them. So I think I'm actually just going to release one size. But I will put notes in the pattern for how you can modify it and make it larger or smaller if that's something that you want to do. So, one little note on that. The next one is this scrappy blanket. And these are leftover Bernat Blanket yarns from another blanket project that I did years ago for a cousin. So I decided to use those up. This is knit rather than crochet. I usually crochet all my blankets, but I did knit this one. Nice big square. And yeah, this one is for my niece Violet. So I thought the colors were perfect for her. So I get like looking at all of the gifts around me, I get really excited to give them to people. Like I want to be on Christmas already, giving people their gifts. I get very excited for that. Okay, so the next one is the one that I'm working on right now, and it is so cute. I love this thing so much. I am aiming for like a very traditional teddy bear, and I am crocheting this in this Bernat Velvet. Pick up the velvet. Oh, my Zoom is not working for me today. So anyways, I am crocheting it in this Bernat Velvet. It is absolutely impossible to keep this in a remotely organized ball of yarn because it's so slippery and it just will not work. So it stays in a mess and I just work out of the mess. So I am using the Bernat Baby Velvet. I am also using it in combination with some more Loops and Threads Woolike, which again is a Michaels brand yarn. I am holding that double because that right there is double, because I do not want to work with it single. It is labeled as, did I just say? I can't remember. I've done so many takes today because the lighting was so bad and I'm so tired and I feel like I'm repeating myself now too many times. It is labeled as a light fingering, so I did not want to work with the light fingering, so I worked with it double instead. Originally, I had this much done 2 days ago, and then I went to attach the arm, and I have the first arm right here. I went to attach this, and the portion of the teddy bear that I had laid out for the arm was like down here. So, you know, that looks like a hand puppet. So I was not happy with that at all. So I thought about it, and then yesterday I ripped it all back. Not all of it, but I ripped back the front and the back body panels because I had started from the head and worked down, so I needed to rip all the way back to remove those rows. But I did. I removed them, and now I'm happy. So I put this down at like 1:30 in the morning last night, and now today I'm going to attach the first arm, make sure it looks good, and then finish up the rest of the 3 limbs. And then to finish it off, I'm hoping that I have enough of this left to finish what I'm planning to do. The last little bit for this guy is going to be like a little oval section in the velvet, and I'm going to sew that to the bottom and kind of create like hopefully what would be a platform for it to actually sit. I hope that works out. I have no idea. I am making this up as I go. I am taking very detailed notes though, so if this is something that you would like to make for one of your family members, please let me know, and I will try to write it up in a pattern as quickly as possible so that other people can make this. I think this is so, so cute. And I am almost jealous enough to go buy more of this yarn and make one for myself. I love stuffed animals. I've been collecting stuffed animals since I was born. I have my very first McDonald's Happy Meal toy, which was a little teeny tiny stuffed kitty. So, whoop, down goes Myrtle. So yes, I am very fond of stuffed animals, and I hope I can spread that love to my niece and nephew. So this one is for Jackson, my nephew. And then, what else do I have going on? Oh my god, my notes are flipped over. Okay, so after that, I have 4 other projects that are planned. One of them is another stuffed animal. So I felt weird giving a stuffed animal to Jackson and not to Violet. So I found this in my stash, and I had thought previously about making a hat out of this for Violet and doing like long dangly like bunny ears off of the hat in this fluffy yarn. I thought that would be so cute, and then do like a little tail in the back. I thought that would be adorable. But I only have 1 ball of this, so I need to stretch it as far as it will go. And I didn't want to just give Violet like a hat and a blanket and then Jackson got a toy. So I changed my mind, and I'm going to use this to make her a stuffed bunny, because for whatever reason I am very stuck on a bunny for Violet right now. So I have this, and I also have some leftovers of this. This is just like Red Heart Super Saver or something, fully acrylic yarn. So what I'm going to do to stretch this is very similar to, wow, everything is blowing out right now. So sorry. So similar to the stuffed bear, I'm going to use this for like the back of the head, the back of the body. Woo, said that weird. The back of the head, the back of the body, the long fluffy ears, and the tail. And then hopefully I can stretch it far enough to get the arms out of this as well. But I'm not sure. So whatever I can't get out of this will be done in this. So at the very least, the like the front of the face and like the nose and everything will be done in this. And then like the chest portion, probably the same thing with like the paw pads I'll do in this. And then the inside of the ears I know I'm going to do in this, because I really want to stretch this as far as possible and use this all up, but also like use it in the cutest places, which would be, to me, the ears and the tail. And then like the back of the body would be the cutest. So that's the plan for that. Next we have these two skeins are coming out of my stash. So this one is going to be held double for a pair of fingerless mitts for my sister, and this one is going to be held double for a pair of fingerless mitts for my mom. So this one is Baby Lace Weight Dream. Please pick it up. Baby Lace Weight Dream. And this is a September 2012 Dream exclusive. This was part of the stash that I kind of went through in part 2. And these are all of the yarns that I got from my friend Piggy. This one is Persimmon Tree Farm, and this is their Piggy Toes Superwash Base in the color 429, maybe? Persimmon Tree Farm, Piggy Toes, I think it's 429. Anyways, this was actually originally meant to be for my brother's fingerless mitts, and I found the other white yarn and I was like, no, I would rather use that for his fingerless mitts. But these are exactly my mom's colors. So I pulled this out and I offered to use it for her fingerless mitts. It is getting very cold in my house. My hands are actually getting cold enough to want to wear those. Anyways, I did some math on the side because these are all different weight yarns. The one that I used for my brothers, this one, and this one are all different weights. So I calculated that this one was done, let me just throw it. This one is done in 250 meters per 100 grams. This one held double would be 282 meters per 100 grams approximately. So slightly lighter weight. And then this one would be 226 meters per 100 grams approximately. So this one would be even denser than the ones that I made for my brother, which I do not want to happen. So what I'm planning to do is I'm still going to hold this double, but how was I going to do it? So I think what I was going to do is go up a needle size to a US 3 instead of a US 2. Hold it double still, and then I'll take out like 1 or 2 stitches on the front and the back and see if that does it. I'll have to mess with like how many stitches I do for each finger, because that'll throw that off. But that's my plan. So I'm gonna have to make it up a little bit with this one. But I can easily try everything on as I'm working on it, so I'm not really that worried about it. So these two are coming out of stash for those projects. I am prioritizing the kids' gifts first, because the adults have decided not to do adult Christmas gifts this year. We're just focusing on the kids, which is fine. But I got the urge to make everyone gifts anyways this year. So I offered to do that. But I want to get the kids' gifts done first, because these can just be like winter gifts, you know? Or I can finish them early and just give them to wear for the cold. It is actually very cold. I think the heat shut off in my house, so I am actually going to wear these. And then last but not least, the final gift that I need to make is, again, the beanie for David. And we are so bad at coordinating. He has not come to pick out his yarn from the stash. I want to use this yarn for his hat. So the alpaca merino super soft yarn. This is by Sweater Kits, and it's 60% wool, merino wool, 40% superfine alpaca. And he is very much a navy blue person. So I think he would really like this. I only have 2 balls though, so I would need something else, I think, to make it like extra long so he can fold it if he wants and all of that good stuff. I mean, I have like some white. I have some of this. Oh, this is silk. This is supposed to be like my alpaca section, designated by my little alpaca friend here. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure. What is this? That would go really well, actually. Although I might have to hold this double. I have a mental hang-up about using different yarn bases together. I don't know why. So this is 60% superwash wool, 25% mohair, and 15% nylon. So in my head, I can't use this with this because it's not the same 60% merino, 40% alpaca. I don't know why I have that mental hang-up. I really don't know. But it is not something I've gotten over yet, so that is not an option. Yeah, I am very much not sure what else I could use for him, so he might in the end just need to go yarn shopping with me to find something. And then I had him try these on, and now he wants a pair for himself. So now I need to make one for him as well. And I'm honestly not finding too many yarns left in this stash that I would be okay parting with. Maybe like this blue one over here might be nice for him. Yeah, maybe I could use this one. Hand-painted sock yarn. So this is a 75-25 base. I don't know. Maybe I could use this for David's. Maybe I could use that for his. So anyways, yeah, those are all of my gift plans. Once I am done with all of my gifts, that's when I'm going to allow myself to start working on other projects for myself again. I very much want to get these gifts done, especially the stuffed animals. I always have a lot of fun creating stuffed animals as I'm making them. So that is it for my gifts. I do have a very fun acquisition that I mentioned at the end of my last video, so let me go grab that. So this box came in the mail 2 days ago, and David brought it into the house when he got back from work, and I wanted to open it up right away because I knew it was going to be yarn. And he was like, hold up now. Maybe you should show that on your podcast. I was like, you're right, but I don't want to wait. But I did. I held off. So we're going to open this together because I know I have an idea of what's inside, but I don't actually know exactly because it is a gift. I'm doing my best to not show the packing label. Oh my god. So this is more of the Woolike. I love working with this yarn. I love it so much. I want to make everything in this yarn. So this is the rose colorway, which looks more like a mauve. And then the mauve color looks more like a wine. So this is the rose colorway. I love this. Oh my god. I love this so much. So I have 4 full balls of it and then 1 partial ball. Ah, that's so awesome. And then I also have 3 balls of the navy. Oh my god. That is so exciting. I really, really wanted the navy. I don't actually know what I want to make with it quite yet. I have a lot of colors now, and I have this idea of doing like a really nice colorwork sweater out of all of these. But like the navy would also be really nice to just do like a staple v-neck t-shirt or something that I could wear with like everything. So I don't really know on the navy, I have a lot of ideas for it. I'm just not sure which one I want to use this up for because I only have, this might be 3 full balls, or maybe it's like 2 and like most of a third. So thank you again so much to the amazing viewer who sent this to me. I am so excited to use those. Do we have a little note? We have a little note. Ah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. All right. That is everything that I have to share for fiber arts. And I had an announcement that I wanted to make last week, but I forgot to do it on both my YouTube channel and on my Instagram. So now that we're here, I am going to be doing a holiday sale on my website for all of my artwork, which will run until probably Christmas Day, I want to say, or maybe I'll stop it like a week before. I don't know. I will make a video like a week before I plan to stop the sale. But the plan is prints are going to be 15% off now until indefinitely, until Christmas Day maybe. And original artwork is going to be 25% off. So if you are shopping on a budget, this is a great time to get some original artwork at a discounted price. Actually, let me go grab some of my favorites just so I can show you like what I have in my shop. Give me 1 second. Okay. I said I was going to bring some of my favorites, and I brought most of my paintings. I have a lot of favorites. So just to give you kind of an idea of what I have in my shop for the sale, I'm only going to be showing original paintings right now. I'm not going to be showing the prints, but you can see those on my website. So I'll start with some of the smaller ones. This one is called Bunches and Bunches. I'm not going to say too much about them because I did bring a lot to show you. This one is called Glass Leaves. And I painted this one and I loved it so much that I didn't list it on my website for at least a year. So I'm finally ready to part with it. These are from my very first collection. So I have a little cow. I have a little piggy, and this one is like truly a favorite. People love this pig. So, and then I have one more from the same collection. A little horse. I think these are so cute. I do have some paintings available on paper as well. So these are all on either canvas or canvas board, which is really easy to frame. Or you can just hang it up. Like I put little Velcro strips on the back, and then you can just Velcro these to the wall. And that's really good for hanging, at least for me. I really like doing that. I do have some available on paper. So this is actually a recent one, very fall themed, just something small. And I only have 2 little bees left. So I had a collection called The Hive, and I had 10 little bees in it. And these are the only 2 that I have left, are Wendy and Babs. So these, they're 4x4 on paper, so these are only $40. So with 25% off originals, these would be only $30 for an original painting. So very budget friendly. Oh no, I have one more bee. I have Maggie. This is my favorite bee. Maggie is my absolute favorite. All right, and then I have a couple of other small little. This I actually use as a background on a lot of my platforms. So like I think on YouTube here, there's like that space where you put like a background picture on your channel, and it's actually this. So I use this for backgrounds on a lot of things. This was, I took part in a challenge called Febluary by, I think Tori Ratcliffe started it. She is a Scottish watercolor artist. So she painted flowers for like the whole month of February. So this was day 8. That's why it has that title. This was day 11. And I only have some of these listed because some of them that I did for the challenge, I don't know, they were more of like fun little things versus like, oh, I would sell this. And then towards the end of the challenge, I actually got really inspired to do like stone statues. So there's this one, was day 24 with a little owl. Where are some of the rest of them? Oh, here we go. Here's the original little gnome that inspired it. A little stone gnome. I know people love gnomes lately. This one is day 23 with a little rabbit. This one is 22 with a little frog. A little stone bird bath for day 27. This one might be my favorite. So a little iron lamp post. I'm actually really, really proud of this one. This is one of the few that I turned into a print from the Febluary challenge. That was day 25. Just gonna show these real quick. Little stone or brick cottage. Let's see, do I have any more from that one? I think that might be it from those. I also have this on paper, which I think is very pretty. There was another artist who posted, I think these are dahlias or maybe zinnias. I can't remember the name of the flower, but she posted like a reference photo on her Instagram, and I really wanted to paint it, so this came out of it. There are prints available of this one as well, and the prints will have like the edges trimmed off so it doesn't look so haphazard, but this is the original, so this is, you get what you see. And then I had this series of painting, where's the original? Painting a hen and a rooster, and I would do different chicken species. So this one is the speckled Sussex chicken. I really like this one. So you can get these as a pair. These also come in prints. I did the, I hope I say this right, Bielfelder Kenhun, which is a German hen and rooster. And then there is the silver laced Wyandotte. I really like those ones as well. So those are all the ones that I have on paper. And then I wanted to show you some of my favorites for the larger, not larger, but the other paintings that I have on canvases and canvas board. So one of them is this, which is Clover Blooms. I really like this painting. Then I have While the Sun Sets, and this is actually painted from a reference photo that I took in Utah when I went to go visit my brother and his wife out there for the first time. This is my third painting that I ever did. This was in February of 2021. And I called it Multigrain. And I really, really love this painting. I want to hang this in my kitchen, but I don't have a space for it. I'll actually show you. This is my second painting. And this one's called Fresh Eggs. So I'll get up close so you can see the details on those eggs. So this is meant to be like, you know, the unwashed, kind of dirty, like freshly collected eggs, and then the little quail eggs scattered around it. So I really like that one. This is also one of my first paintings. I don't recall, I just put 2021 on here. I called this Golden Lady. And this one's already framed, so I'm just gonna, if you want this one, it's gonna come with a frame already. I did get this framed at a place. I picked this out, and I wanted something very simple because I don't know, I think it looks nice with this. Excuse me. As you can tell, I do a lot of like chickens and gardening and farming themed stuff. This was part of, this might have been my second collection that I ever did, and it was inspired by metal in the garden. So these are the shears. And this is actually David's favorite. David actually wanted to buy this off me when I first made it. So, another favorite. This one is David's mom's favorite. And this is called the watering can from the same collection. Come on, focus. So peonies and like a wall of hydrangeas. This was extremely time consuming. And at the time I painted this, I think this one and like the Fresh Eggs one that I just showed, this was like the largest size that I was working on in terms of canvases or canvas boards. So I think this one came out so well, especially with the shadow. And I have like itty bitty, you know, little feed coming for the chickens and the ducks. I really like the little, the chickens running in from the background. And I even put a little donkey over in the other corner. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun painting that one. Let me think here. I have two paintings that are actually inspired by hand-dyed yarns. So I'll show you the first one that I did, which is this one right here. And I've showed this on my podcast before, but I'll show it again. And this one is called Peekaboo. I love this painting. This one is hanging in my house right now. I was running around the house trying to find it, and I couldn't figure out where I put it. And then I realized it was on my wall, but it was on a different wall than where I originally had it. Anyways. The second one that I did that is inspired by hand-dyed yarn is this one called Calendula. And we all know I'm a sucker for speckled yarn, so my paintings of hand-dyed yarn are speckled. I have so much fun painting these. I really want to paint more of them. I actually have, in my mind, I have a full collection of hand-dyed yarns that I want to paint. And it's the Winnie the Pooh collection. And I have like 8 different colorways that I really want to do for it. But I want to paint them. Kind of an odd concept, I guess. And then this one is called Lotus Chickens. And this one is hanging in my living room. And I am so proud of this painting. This idea came to my mind one night and would not leave my head, where I would paint a pond with like lily pads and lotus flowers, but instead of the lotus flowers, they were chickens. And I love this concept. I love it so much. I love this painting so much. I almost don't want it to find a home. There are prints available of this one as well. I love it so much. But yeah, anyways, so these are just a couple of examples of paintings that I have up in my shop that will be on sale. The sale will not include the 2 most recent paintings that I showed, which are the cave painting inspired ones of the chicken and the ram. They are called Ancient and Forever. So they are my two most recent listings in my shop. Those ones will not be included in the sale because I am attached to them. And I wouldn't like to part with them for less than full price because I value them so much. And that's not to say that I don't value the rest of these at all. I'm not saying that at all. But I am emotionally attached to those paintings too much to want to put them on sale right now. So that is why those will not be included. But there will be tons and tons of prints and paintings available on my website. Again, 15% off for all prints and 25% off for all of my original paintings, excluding those two. So sorry about that. My camera just died right here at the end. But I hope you can find something that you like in my shop this season to give to either yourself or a family member. I started painting in early 2021, so it's been a little less than 2 years that I've been painting, and I have found so much joy in it, and it's actually what brought me back into knitting as well. I had taken quite a break from all of my hobbies, I want to say, where I wasn't really doing anything creative for quite a while, and then painting really brought me back into it, and so it's really improved my life these last 2 years, and getting me to get back to the other things that I enjoy doing, like knitting. So yeah, I hope you can find something that you like this season. And if you see an original painting on my website and you don't see a print for it, if that's, more in your budget for the season, please send me an email and I will go out of my way to make a print for you, I promise. The largest size that I can currently accommodate is, I believe, the largest size of print that I can currently accommodate is a 12 by 16, so it would be this size, and that is the largest that I can currently accommodate. So sorry if you want something larger than that, but only my originals will be bigger than that size. So all right, I think I have said enough about the holiday sale. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. If you have any special requests, or if you see a painting that is on sale and still not in your budget for this season, please also send me an email. I am more than willing to work out a price for you to be able to take home some original artwork that you can afford. Like, I would be happier seeing my paintings go to a home where they will be appreciated than, like, make full price. Like, that isn't what's in my heart. What's in my heart is that I make art that I love to make, and I want other people to be able to appreciate it in their homes as well. So yes, please send me an email if you have a different kind of an offer on any original paintings that you see. So yeah, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, rest of your week, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. You can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry as All We Make Is Good as well. So if you would like to keep up with any, anything that I'm working on throughout the week that might have missed my episodes, you can do that on Instagram much easier. I'm almost always posting in my stories on little things that I'm doing throughout the day. So if you want to follow along with me that way, you can do that as well. Okay, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.